the skills, be the boss. No more time to feel lost. Lead the way every day. Find success, it's here to stay. Rise and shine, it's your time. Skill up, raise the climb. Navigate, innovate. It's your fate, don't be late. Get the skills, be the boss. No more time to feel lost. Lead the way every day. Find success, it's here to stay.
If you're a new manager or hoping to be a new manager, join us in our exploration into what managers need to know. This program will set you up for success by building your knowledge and confidence in the skills you need to be effective. Hello, and welcome back to What Managers Need to Know, our second week on getting past no negotiation skills. Last week, we looked at the importance of relaxing, of recognizing when certain tactics are being used against you and not reacting to them. We were talking about attacks, stonewalls, and tricks and lies. And we also looked at our natural reactions and that we don't want to do those things. We want to just stay calm and objective. And there are two ways to move the conversation away from those provocative tactics into an objective conversation is by refocusing the conversation. So how many of you have ever experienced a difficult negotiate? Oh, this is not right. I'm sorry. I thought I was where I needed to be. There is nothing right about this. Let's see here. Refocus. Okay, we're in the right place. So to refocus, what we're talking about is, I'm sorry, this is a problem here. The second step in preventing conflict involves the use of two practical tools for diffusing the potential for conflict: asking questions rather than telling people, since no one likes to be told what to do, and using active listening to diffuse the other person's anger. So first we look at asking problem-solving questions. You can use those to determine standards of fairness for resolving differences. So by simply asking what makes that fair with something that is provocative and unreasonable. And using active listening, then you can ask questions to draw out the other person so that you can identify and understand why they're saying or feeling that way. This will usually lead both of you into a more constructive problem-solving conversation. A problem-solving question focuses attention on the interests of each side, the options for satisfying them, and the standards of fairness for resolving differences. You can ask why. Instead of treating the other person's position as an obstacle, treat it as an opportunity to find out what is really motivating your counterpart. Although I do caution you that just asking why, tell me why, can be somewhat provoking. So we want to know why, but we may not ask it in exactly this way. Asking why not. If the other person is reluctant to reveal their interests, take an indirect tack, propose an option, and ask why not do it this way, or what would be wrong with this approach. Ask what if. The next step is to engage your counterpart in discussing options, to introduce a host of possible solutions without challenging the other person's position. Ask, what if we did it this way? Ask for the other person's advice. Another way to engage the other person. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading. I don't know why that is. Usually I don't. Is to ask for their advice. It not only disarms the other person, but it also gives you a chance to educate them about your problem and the constraints you have. Ask what makes that fair. The other person's position may strike you as unreasonable. Instead of rejecting it, tell your counterpart, you must have good reasons for thinking that's a fair solution. I'd like to hear them. But the whole idea is to be careful about your tone. You don't want to be provocative yourself. You don't want to be obstructive or contradicting the other person. You're trying to draw them into a reasonable, objective conversation. You can make your questions open-ended. So ask a question that cannot be answered by no. Preface your question with how, why not, what, or who. And tap the power of silence. Only half the power of a problem-solving question lies in the question itself. Resist the temptation to let the other person off the hook by breaking the silence. Wait for an answer. Now, there are a number of ineffective listening responses. It's necessary for the person who owns the problem to know how to confront it and communicate his or her needs so that other people will listen. However, people frequently confront problems in such a way that tends to stimulate defensiveness and resistance. And the two common approaches that are ineffective are one, evaluating. This communicates judgment, blame, ridicule, or shame. You shouldn't have waited so long. You're always trying to work the system. Or sending solutions. This communicates what the other person should do rather than what the speaker is feeling. Why don't you let me do my job? Why don't you do it this way? You can see how starting something with a why can be provocative and confrontational. What we want are positive listening habits, to pay attention, to listen for the whole message, hear before evaluating, and paraphrase what was heard. Let's talk. I realize I need to apologize for how discombobulated I've been with this particular section. However, I do want to relieve your mind. This is an area that I do know something about and have worked with for many years. So if you would like help in learning how to get past no, please schedule a time to talk with me using this URL or the code there. Next week, we're going to get into the meat. This is reframing. This is where we learn how to deflect attacks in a number of different ways. so that we are not dealing with personal attacks and we get the conversation back on track, focused to resolve it in an objective, reasonable way. How to go around stone walls when people are giving you a no, can't do it, not possible, but you know that's not true and you can test it and get around it. And the tricks and lies, where you can find out ways to test those lies, where the person is going to have to eat their words and backtrack. So don't miss learning how to reframe those provocative tactics. That's what we'll do next week. And I'll know how to start at the right slide. So please join us. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and participating in our discussion of what managers need to know. You can find the videos of this and previous sessions on my YouTube channel or under events on my LinkedIn profile. I'll look forward to seeing you again next week.
Get the skills, be the boss. No more time to feel lost. Lead the way every day. Find success, it's here to stay. Get the skills, be the boss. No more time to feel lost. Lead the way every day. Find success, it's here to stay. It's here to stay. Oh, it's here to stay. It's here to stay. Yeah. Get the skills, be the boss. No more time to feel lost.